Welcome to your ultimate pit stop, Piston Pundit, where we don't just talk torque, we decode the gears of global aviation. This year's Paris Air Show didn't just showcase shiny jets and flashy tech, it dropped a bombshell on Boeing. What was supposed to be a triumphant return to form turned into a clear-cut rout. While Airbus clinched headlines and orders, Boeing quietly retreated to the background, rocked by reputation woes and regulatory headwinds. But this isn't just about who sold more jets. It's about shifting trust, tightening emissions rules, and a changing global strategy. So what really went down at Le Bourget? Buckle in, here are the breakdowns. Airbus dominates while Boeing goes quiet. What unfolded at the 2025 Paris Air Show was more than a competition. It was a scoreboard. Airbus, with its signature swagger, walked away with nearly 268 firm orders and another 156 options, sealing major deals with Vietjet, Riyadh Air, LOT Polish Airlines, and Starlux. Boeing? Just 41 firm orders, all from ANA Holdings. That's not just a slow show, it's the company's weakest airshow tally in over a decade. The visual contrast said it all. Airbus execs were everywhere, smiling, shaking hands, and collecting ink on contracts. Boeing, in stark contrast, kept a low profile, reportedly out of respect for the recent Air India Flight 171 crash involving a 787 Dreamliner. But let's not kid ourselves. This wasn't just about optics. This was a strategic withdrawal. For Airbus, this event reinforced its reliability across the board, on-time deliveries, robust supply chains, and a product lineup that airlines trust. Boeing, once the top dog of the aerospace pack, is now on the defensive, and at Paris, that defense was nowhere to be seen. But Boeing's muted presence wasn't the only concern. Its long-standing trust crisis is resurfacing. From trust issues to turbulence, Boeing's reputation struggles. The crash of Air India Flight 171 wasn't an isolated cloud over Boeing. It was a storm reminder of past wounds. The 737 MAX tragedies, Lion Air 610 and Ethiopian Airlines 302, still cast a long shadow. The infamous MCAS system, the internal memos prioritizing production speed over safety, it's all still fresh for regulators, airlines, and passengers alike. A 2024 survey revealed something chilling. 40% of travelers now check the aircraft type before booking, and more than half deliberately avoid the 737 MAX. When passengers are scanning seat maps just to feel safe, you know the trust factor has taken a nosedive. Meanwhile, Airbus has quietly but consistently rebuilt its standing. The A320neo family is the darling of fuel efficiency and reliability. Lufthansa, never shy about cutting through PR fluff, said it outright. We don't just need jets. We need trust. Airbus gives us both. And Boeing? Still firefighting. 777X delays, increased FAA scrutiny, Dreamliner hiccups, and now European regulators demanding independent certifications. In aviation, trust is the jet fuel that sustains altitude. Lose it, and you're grounded. Right now, Boeing is burning through its reserves. Before we go further, if you're enjoying this analysis and want more hard-hitting insights from the hangar to the highway, don't forget to subscribe to Piston Pundit and ring that bell icon. We bring the latest vehicle and aviation updates right to your screen with the horsepower to match. And speaking of what's powering the skies, there's one critical shift airlines can't afford to ignore: emissions and environmental compliance. Carbon compliance, the new runway to relevance. Today's airlines are chasing more than just range, they're racing toward regulatory survival. With SAF, Sustainable Aviation Fuel mandates tightening and the EU ramping up emissions penalties, environmental performance is now a business essential. And Airbus? Already soaring ahead. Enter the A321XLR with a 4,700 nautical mile range and 30% lower fuel burn per seat. It's become the poster child for long-range efficiency. Major carriers like JetBlue, Qantas, and American Airlines have eagerly signed up, attracted by its flexibility and emissions savings. Then there's the A350, a fuel-sipping marvel constructed with over 50% carbon fiber and paired with SAF-certified Rolls-Royce engines. It's sleek, sustainable, and engineered to meet carbon caps straight off the production line. Boeing, by contrast, is still stuck in the holding pattern. The 737 MAX 10 hasn't cleared certification. The 787 Dreamliner, while efficient on paper, continues to suffer from reliability issues. And the 777X, still years away from the runway. In this new landscape, airlines aren't just purchasing jets. They're buying emissions strategies. And Airbus is handing them a complete compliance package. No upgrades needed. But even the greenest plane won't matter if you can't build and deliver it on time. Let's take a closer look at the battle behind the scenes. Supply chains and strategy. One streamlined, one stuck. In modern aviation, speed isn't just about cruising altitude. It's about production lines. Airbus gets it. Their facilities in Toulouse, Hamburg, and Alabama are running smoother than ever, cutting parts-related delays by 40% in 2025. That's not just operational polish, it's a strategic advantage. Boeing, on the other hand, is bogged down. With 5,000-plus aircrafts on backlog through 2032, you'd expect confidence. Instead, it's caution. Key models like the 737 MAX 7, MAX 10, and 777X remain grounded by certification delays. Add labor gaps and supplier snags, and delivery timelines are up in the air. The market is adjusting. United is shifting toward Airbus. Delta and JetBlue already lean Airbus heavy. Even Turkish Airlines and Emirates are hedging bets with A350s. And lot Polish Airlines ditching Embraer for the A220? That's trust on the move. Bottom line, building planes on time matters more than ever, and Airbus is delivering both jets and confidence. As backlogs and bottlenecks ripple across the industry, one question remains: who's shaping the skies of tomorrow? Innovation versus inertia. Who's building tomorrow's skies? One thing was crystal clear in Paris. The race to dominate aviation's future isn't about who's building more planes. It's about who's building the right system. Airbus has moved beyond being just an aircraft manufacturer. They're constructing an ecosystem. With built-in hydrogen readiness, SAF-certified platforms, and global sourcing strategies that shrug off geopolitical shocks, Airbus is treating the climate transition like a design principle, not a PR bullet point. Their A350 and A321 XLR are practically case studies in forward-thinking compliance and operational flexibility. On the sourcing front, it's even more strategic. Titanium from Kazakhstan, composites from Europe, electronics from Japan, Airbus has a globe-spanning parts matrix that keeps production resilient even when tariffs or tensions rise. Meanwhile, Boeing has the tech chops and a legacy of engineering triumphs, but it's dragging its feet on vision. No major product announcements in Paris, no new clean-sheet narrowbody, just vague optimism. That doesn't cut it when competitors are already partnering with engine innovators like CFM and Pratt & Whitney on next-gen propulsion systems. Airbus isn't just selling jets, they're selling a future airlines can plan around. And Boeing? Still searching for a roadmap. Final descent. Airbus pulls ahead, Boeing must reboot. The 2025 Paris Air Show wasn't just an event, it was a reckoning. Airbus didn't just win more orders. They won the narrative, a cleaner, smarter, and more reliable future. Boeing, meanwhile, fell quiet at the very moment it needed to be loudest. But let's not close the book yet. Boeing has a backlog that most OEMs would envy, and their engineering depth is legendary. The aviation industry isn't waiting, neither are airlines, and definitely not regulators. The real question is, can they shift from repair mode to reinvention? Will they finally launch a clean-sheet jet? Can they rebuild airline trust after years of delays and disasters? Will they rise to the emissions challenge or let Airbus write the rulebook? Let us know in the comments. We read every reply here at your ultimate pit stop, Piston Pundit, because this community fuels the conversation. If you found this deep dive insightful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to get notified for our next vehicle updates and upcoming videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next lap. You can now check out any of the videos on the screen. There's plenty more to explore.